Yes.
We've made it to the last episode of EXU Downfall. Are you ready to roll some dice?
I am ready to roll some dice. I'm ready to see what the hell goes down in episode 3.
It is a lot.
So I've heard.
Who are you rolling today?
I am going to be rolling Jester.
Jester.
Who are you rolling?
I am rolling Caduceus Clay. I don't believe
Ooh.
I've rolled Clay on the channel yet
I don't
because
think so.
we never met him. We haven't met him in Mighty Nine yet, and I don't know that I rolled all Vox Machina for the Vox Machina campaign. I think
You did.
I think the CAD dice are new to the channel, so yes, I will be rolling CAD today
I love it. We're kind of like in
for
a similar.
for the Wild Mother.
We're in a similar color.
Yeah, they're like kind of, they have like a hint of purple in them, but they're like mostly pink. I mean, my nails are purple, so that's probably not helping, but they're like a dark pink.
I like it.
All right, ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. Did you roll bad or good? I rolled
You win.
Did you roll not one?
I did, in fact, roll a natural 1. Thanks, CAD.
But take it away, Allie.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Rated MA. As always, I'm Allie, and this is Meg, and today we are watching EXU Downfall Episode 3. This is the finale. However, this is part 1 of 3. This episode is almost 6 hours long. I know on YouTube it says it's over 6 hours, but that's including the break, the ad reads, all that stuff. Meg and I are watching off of Beacon, so it's, for us as of right now, it's 5 hours and 52 minutes. We are going to cut this up into 3 parts. Are we going to have to stop in the middle of this combat? Most likely. Just letting you guys know that now. So the next episode that comes out, which will be Downfall Episode 3 Part 2, will be a majority of that combat that happens in this episode, which Meg is aware of, so I'm not spoiling anything for her, don't worry. But we are going to be taking notes as we go through this. We find that taking notes helps us remember character names, remembers where people are, things that are going on. We don't do a notes portion like we normally do. We will do that at the end of Downfall, which will be Downfall 103 Part 3. Jeez, that gets confusing after a while. But we'll do that when we get there. If you guys would like to watch these early and unedited, you guys can check them out on Patreon. We have 2 uploads, one for the early upload, which is this video that you're watching here, but just early, or the unedited version. You guys can head to our Patreon. The link is in the bio of this video, and it's also in our channel bio as well. You can join under our $3, $5, or $7 tier in order to be able to access those. Meg and I are also going to be announcing at the end of this video what our future projects will be. We have a show lined up in April that I am incredibly excited for. I think Meg is going to be excited for this one as well.
I'm doing homework.
Yeah, Meg's doing a homework, which means Meg's playing catch up because we didn't have time to do it for our channel before it would be time for the next bit to come out, so to speak. So if you guys would like to hear what we're doing next, you guys can check us out at the end of the video as well to see what our next show is going to be coming out in April.
It's a good one.
But without any further ado, are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Always
Matt.
forget it's Matt.
Critical Role, where a bunch of best nerdy ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, where is everybody?
Everyone else?
Yeah.
So as usual, we're gonna skip this.
Okay, so where is what
Oh, hey, Brennan.
came to pass?
I love when I
When
jump ahead and it's
doom
just a different
befell
guy.
the last Sky City of the Age of Arcanum.
What was that?
Can you hear that? It's my parents upstairs, I think. My mom loves this intro. She sings it every time she hears it.
Did I ever tell you I added this to my favorites on Apple Music?
No, but I love that.
I'll just listen to it sometimes.
I listen to the Mighty Nine intro all the time.
And return now to an extra dimensional holding chamber, a back room, if you will, of the Ars Elysia, the speakeasy hidden society of beauty / nightclub run by Silaha, aka the Archheart. Within this realm, you now appear, the six of you, Cassida Previn, one of the archmages in charge of crafting the Factorum Malleus, as well as your sister and companion, Arcadia, also masquerading as an Aeorian archmage, one of the two deities to have spent some time in Aeor, along with Zaharsht, Father Milo Kaust, and Tishar. And though it is clean and scintillating and extra dimensional, perhaps you can smell that not very long ago a celestial died here. And all that remains is the destruction of the Latimus Princeps, that force keeping the gods physically away and keeping you definitively mortal. And Cassida, standing by Trist's side, looks as Zaharsht coughs blood, and Tishar goes and flanks Cassida on the other side, puts her chin close to Cassida's shoulder and goes, Morto. Cassida looks to all of you now gathered here after the flash of combat and feels the power radiating off of all of you who have just unmade decades of arcane work in a matter of seconds. Who is everyone here? Are you... Tishar reaches a hand up and puts it on Cassida's back. This person's supposed to be here?
She's with me. Please take your hand away.
You ask please so nicely.
I
Weapon
like
maker,
Tishar. I think Tishar is funny.
god killer. And the rocks around the emissary's arms start to rev up.
Ooh.
You hear from the edge of this extra-dimensional space ZVX go, Boss, it's a little bit rowdy in the club right now.
I'll be right back. I'm actually going to leave and see what's going on.
Will we be able to get out without you?
Yeah, you should be fine.
Okay.
You walk outside and see that some of these like 40-foot tall banners with your face and widespread arms have collapsed and fallen to the ground. Some tables are flipped over as you see that like everyone is sort of screaming and looking around. You don't see violence, but there's a sudden lurch and all of the tables in this room slide 20 feet to one side. The liquor bottles come flying off the bar.
I mean, my Instagram feed is filled with baby stuff, but you know, they tried to create that bowl that if a baby threw it couldn't like necessarily spill.
Yeah.
Kind of like balance thing. So, but then the baby just throws it at the ground and it actually spills. But I'm going to essentially create within this room, within this space, temporarily for now, that kind of mechanic, that sense of like if it was to tilt, you know, this way, or the ship was to tilt that way, it would naturally balance itself out, just to kind of calm the space.
I know exactly what he's talking about too.
Is it like those bowls?
Yeah, it's basically like it has like its own axle isn't the right word.
I know what you're talking about, though.
It's like a counterbalance thing. So like if a
Yeah.
baby picks up a bowl and tilts it like this, then the bowl just rights itself.
Yeah.
And then the kids are like, and they throw it. It's like, well, can't do anything about that anymore.
It's nice in theory.
A great idea.
Yeah.
Too bad kids are unpredictable.
These things that looked ornamental, two massive gears on either side of the room, and the gears are beautifully decorated with blossoming vines. So they have like carved platinum grapes and silver leaves, and you see the both of them kick into action and begin to gyroscope the entire
Gyroscope,
bar.
yes,
So it
that's exactly
stays
the word I was looking
oriented
for. It's
towards
like a gimbal.
Exandria's gravity as whatever happens outside is happening. By the way, as you turn to walk in, you turn and something from above drops down and descending on a silk rope, Umletta upside down looks at you and says, "Where the hell did you all go? It's gotten crazy in here." She descends
Got
a
her.
diamond amulet from her wrist on a golden chain, and you see an image of something recorded within it, and you see a tall, beautiful angel speaking to a group of archmages.
Amazing.
Oh.
Said, "I did exactly what I was supposed to do." She looks at all of you, and again, Cassida is like shaken and doesn't quite know what to do. You can see, Trist, by the way, that she has a hand cocked with like a teleport. Like there's a degree of like she doesn't know what the fuck is happening.
Okay, as I'm holding her hand and just looking in her eyes and just trying to calm her, telepathically, I am going to tell everyone and give them the download of what Cassida has told me. So what do you say exactly?
As Trist, I think in this moment, as you are freezing and looking at Cassida, who is looking around and can tell something is going on that she can't. Everything that has happened in the hospital perfectly fit her vision of what meeting the gods would be like. And what is happening now does not. And she is looking stunned and horrified.
You have been able to build and be a part of something that is incredible. But there is more to this that I don't mean to belittle you in any way, but there is more to this that you do not understand.
Am I the only mortal in this room?
Yes. No, technically, and I gotta look to the emissary. I mean, if you want to class him as a mortal, you can, but...
Mother. Son. Redemption. He slowly starts to decelerate.
So what happened with what I missed? Trish said to tell Cassida that not to belittle her. She wasn't trying to belittle her, but she needs to trust her. That's the last I heard.
Okay, so there was a really big audio glitch for our folks that are watching unedited and even some of the folks that are watching the YouTube video. We're not sure if it's picked up the audio or not. Cassida basically realized she was the only mortal in the room and began panicking, realizing that there are betrayers in here, which she had not previously realized.
Got it.
What's the password today?
She is going to attempt to teleport out of here.
Counterspell.
Effortless. It's counterspelled. As you counterspell it, or actually, if you're using a lower level spell slot, go ahead and give me the roll.
Okay.
You succeed. On an 18, you succeed.
Oh.
Spell is countered. She is unable to teleport. You see that it is about to. Yes.
I just have my arm around her.
You have her arm around her. For Amira and Trist, you have one action. You see the betrayers in your company are not about to spare this woman who's trying to flee. Zaharsh is gearing up for like a power word pain, like a true like
My
is about
God.
to rend this
I
woman
think
apart.
that's
I lean in very close to her ear.
Power Word Pain is either
And
a
I
7th
say,
or 8th
"Be
level.
calm.
Power Word Stun is the
trying
other
to
one, and then Kill is the 9th level. I think it's Power Word Pain, Power Word Stun, Power Word Kill, but I could be wrong about that.
You look in her eyes and see flashing through her eyes all the moments of death that she has been near. And she's known quite a lot of it. And you see an obsessive, single-minded focus on saving the gods. And I wonder if you don't see something recognizable in a wizard of this level of focus and dedication.
So well.
You see Tashar goes, people are keeping secrets in here, and it's starting to make me feel antsy. I think probably someone should talk, or If you prefer, we can act instead.
Cassida, would you please... Do you know the password for today?
I do.
Would you feel comfortable enough sharing that with me, please?
I feel bad for Cassida.
I know.
She just wanted to help.
She is going to reach out, and basically using a detect thoughts is going to allow you to just read her mind. Aurora Rex is the current password. I don't know that it will still be operational now. You see Umletta in the chamber says, "We are losing time, by the way. These mages will make their way quickly from here." You see she looks at you and says, in your mind, "I can give you the password. What are you trying to do?" I stand now in the company not solely of the prime deities. You see, Umletta goes, "Wow, observant." And
The betrayers
she
are
looks
so
and says,
fun.
"How are you both here? The world is burnt by the consequences of your war, of your disagreement. How are you both here together?" Calamity's not, this isn't a lull at all. It's a truce. Could the gods of good and the gods of evil work together? Why? And you see that Milo says, "Well, your taxonomy is altered slightly. You perceive a world in which the brightest, sharpest line is drawn between good and evil. The line actually exists between those who matter and those who don't."
Oh, he's the best. I love him.
A family. And you watch something break inside of Cassida.
Oh.
This weapon that you have helped build here in this city above the ground, you misunderstand. Something that can threaten one of us threatens all of us.
You see that Umletta starts to laugh. Oh! Looks over at Milo, and Milo raises an eyebrow and goes, "Well, that's a bit of a rude wake-up call. Halfway through our wonderful outing together, we discover that the weapon to destroy the gods was actually only aiming at half of us. I know that I can use this to help you."
Did it ever cross your mind why we banished them in the first place? Instead of, as you seek, to destroy them.
That's an excellent question.
There are things
True.
that you do not understand. There are things you cannot comprehend. And should those things come here, there cannot be only a handful of us.
Damn. Okay, Aiden. Go, Aiden.
You're Selena's construct.
Oh, here we go. In the frame.
Instead of in the flesh. That's great.
You see,
I love Salaha.
Umletta says,
Buddy.
"I think that Salaha is right. I'd like to show everyone something if I can." And she dangles this diamond amulet. You see an image of two Archmagi of Aeor. It's sort of, the recording only really captures, it doesn't capture the physical space they're in, it just sort of captures their bodies and positions. You see there's a tall, scowling man, a mortal wizard, and next to him you see a woman that you recognize as your frame's creator, Selena Arenves. The recording plays, and you see the Archmagi go, "Bold, very bold of you to come here, Celestial." You see Selena says, "And you are, champion of the heavens, much mistaken. The gods cannot enter this place. Even wearing mortal forms, shape change or illusion will not. They are not changed." The Solar speaks. "They are not disguised as mortals. They are mortals, wearing mortal life for decades just for the chance to destroy you. And as they cast you aside, they will cast their mortal forms aside once they are able. Your lives, their lives, are nothing to them. They will snuff them out once your defenses are done. They are monsters! I cannot abandon the truths they laid before me. They can. They left me. And if you don't believe me," and you see he hands a small glass talisman, one that you recognize, Amira, because you wear one just like it. You see that both archmages take the talisman, looking into it, and can see something that you cannot see in the recording as their eyes go wide with horror and amazement. And suddenly you hear a door opening, and you see a soldier enters and says, "Sires of the Magistry, the obtenebrator engine is down." And you see that the two of them turn to say, "What?" You look and see the soldier says, we must go at once. You see Selena cast something and says, the protocol has failed. It didn't fire. It didn't. You see that Castriel says, "They are here. They are here in the city."
Oh, I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. They have time.
Yeah.
"What are you going to do? What's going to happen to my son?"
Take this chance as mercy. Go. If you can help us, help us. If not, take your son and leave.
"The weapon was a mistake. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have risen up. I should have remembered my place. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Please, if the protocol failed, then that means that the knowledge is here within the city. And if the protocol, if you destroy, did you destroy the scribe? Did you destroy the parchment that hidden within? If that is gone, then there is only one other place that the knowledge exists physically. In the Genesis wards, starting at level B9. I know how to get there. There are banks and banks of scroll batteries. I can go, and if you want me to, I can erase the knowledge. I can copy it and give it to you. I can do whatever you need me to do with it, and I can go there and I'll destroy it. There's only 3 Archmagi that could possibly even recreate the knowledge, and they can't do it alone. With me, if you let me go to those scroll batteries, I'll erase it, and you can destroy just the weapon, and that knowledge will be dead, and you don't have to do. She looks around her, and she can hear, even in this extra dimensional space, the wind. She's like, "You won't have to do anything to the city. You won't have to do anything to anyone's families. You won't have to do anything to my son. You won't have to do anything to any of it."
I'm going to look down, and a small red thread is going to come out from my chest. And it's going to alight on her. We need to go.
You look as you are, so you leave. You see the Ars Elysia as you exit this extra dimensional space. Arcadia looks at you, Amira, and says, "We've commanded her to follow our orders. I'm just going to say this. Are we sure that we want knowledge erased, even if it can hurt us?"
Don't worry. I have a plan.
So ominous.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you up to?
Can I, for a moment, look through Dearest's eyes and see what the city is doing at the moment?
You watch 3 massive skyship galleons take off with huge tethers to attempt to stop the city from lurching as it lurches in. Hurricane is not a way to describe it. All of the winds of Exandria have been called to this place in this time. You look as you are walking through the factory. So your raven is seeing this. Your raven.
Oh, I guess my raven's probably like, what the fuck?
Uh,
How is it even still flying?
Well, you see that your raven has closed its wings and is just shooting over the city. But as it does, you see that a gust of wind will catch it and bring it back. You see there are a couple places there, like a mage, like with a whole thing of scrolls, like runs out from a doorway and calls back inside, like hanging onto the wall, goes like, stay inside, batten everything down, use what you can. Casts fly on himself and takes off into the storm with this thing of scrolls, trying to escape with some kind of knowledge. And you see it's like fly. This is like maybe like a 20th level mage. You know, you see protections, mirror images, counter spells. He's casting like control weather ahead of him, and you see this staff ahead of him as he's attempting to move the clouds back. And suddenly there is a crack of thunder, and the staff is loosed from his grip and plunges through his chest, impaling him, vanishing, splintering with the force of wind itself as he tumbles out of the sky, scrolls all around him.
The Stormlord's out there going fucking crazy, dog.
Cassida starts to explain to you how to destroy the Factorum Malleus. She says, while I'm erasing the knowledge from the scroll batteries, you'll be able to disrupt the Factorum Malleus. There are 7 wards. There are 4 lower wards and 3 higher wards. The 4 lower wards are on the secondary arms of the Factorum. They are the wards against divine prowess, divine vigor, divine awareness, and divine resistance. The higher wards are against divine vitality, divine magic, and divine potency.
I love that I only got 5 out of the 7.
Once those are down, the Latimus Princeps is destroyed, but in the moment that the Latimus Princeps is destroyed, there's a failsafe within the Factorum Malleus. It will trigger. It will kill all gods in the city. I don't know. You will have to disanimate the Factorum Malleus somehow in the moment that 7th ward comes down.
What was the 4th one? It was prowess, vigor, awareness, and
prowess, vigor, awareness, resistance. And then the higher wards are magic, potency, and vitality.
Oh, sweet. I got them all now. I literally had just opened Google to like try and get the rest of them because it was going to drive me crazy if I didn't have them written down.
With the Factorum gone and the scroll batteries erased, it's me and Adamar and Selena. Those are the only 3 archmages that it was operational secrecy. No one knew the full scope of the project. It's just the 3 of us, and even the 3 of us don't know all of it.
Insight check.
Give me an insight check.
19.
On a natural 1, which I don't mind telling you, she is telling the truth.
Okay.
I understand what it means that I know. So just, my son has family in the Opus Ward, and if you can bring him to them, and if they can get to, if the city is safe, he has family.
Well, she knows that the chances of her dying are super high. They can't allow this info to get out.
There are crashes of lightning farther out on the vast horizon, and like as the storms are coming in, for a moment there's a flash of lightning. It's maybe 100 miles away, and you see an image of a wing, a dragon's wing as large as the sky, past 100 miles of storm clouds, and a roar that everyone in Aeor can hear.
They are terrorizing the city.
We have 2.
Yeah. We must deal with these threats simultaneously. Who will go where? I will say, you should stay with Cassida.
I will stay with Cassida.
You should come to the Malleus.
Tishara looks and says, I'm not going to, scribe? No, I go to fight.
I hand over a sip of the bottle over to
Tishara takes a big swig. I'll tell you something. This is fun.
I don't even know what that means.
Bleh. Can't believe you have more worshiper than me.
I look over at Cassida.
The accent is what makes it so funny. I can't believe you have more worshiper than me. It's just funny.
Accents can really make a character.
Yeah.
Rats and vermin everywhere. Horns blowing, alarms sounding. You guys get to the street walking as fast as you can, and there are klaxons underground. Legions of mage knights. You see Arc Magi dimension dooring and saying, "They are here! They are here! Everyone to the Genesis ward now, as fast as you can!" And you see that the elevators, it's like stacked floor after floor after floor, just armies. And you know that way, it's not that those armies will prevail, it's that they'll buy time. And you look back and see the tree in that civic square and see roiling maggots, a mass of them deep in the soil, writhing, and then drop through into a sewer.
Is that the way he says sewer?
Think so? Don't say it.
He says sewer the way you say tour, because you say tour.
I knew you were gonna bring that up.
Meg, I forgot to tell you the other day we were watching the Olympics and someone said, "Yeah, I love going on tour with my friends," and my mom looked at me and she went, "That's how Meg says that word."
You look off and see a massive arm of the city. Beautiful arches, and suddenly an entire ward of the city vanishes.
Nothing bad's gonna happen to that. That's never gonna come back to bite us ever. Not one. No.
Salaha, you look out, and in your Armaton body, you suddenly, as that ward of the city vanishes,
Yeah, Somnova Mord.
you feel a dimensional anchor descend over the city. As Cognoza leaves,
Oh, I'm sorry. The
all of you
Cognoza
suddenly feel
Ward.
like, oh, they've ripped a hole in the fabric of reality, and now you watch as like mages try to use teleportation gates, and it's like a grid going down. It's like a blackout. Like that teleport, no one else is teleporting out of here.
Yeah.
Right? They used all. They did it. That's all the juice.
System.
They are
Yep.
so selfish.
There it is.
Yep.
Sure, the-
Wow.
Yep.
Nothing bad.
Nothing bad will happen. You see before what you did not notice, which is a long marble platform and the most beautiful gallows you have ever seen. And you see criminals of the city-state of Aeor, marked as traitors to the cause of Aeor for their reverence of the gods and attempting to facilitate some obeisance to them. You've never seen hanged bodies horizontal as the wind rattles them like dolls.
That's a grim, like, mental image.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to draw it, but I can't draw, thank God.
I'm just imagining those hanged bodies from the oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the tree's name in Whitestone?
Oh, the Sun Tree,
Just all those bodies sideways.
but the head's not. So it's like completely on its side.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast armor of. I'm gonna cast armor of Ada on myself, which drops
my other one that I did, but that's fine.
Yeah, how many spells can we cast on myself right now? Because I'm gonna do Armor of Agathis.
Anything that isn't concentration. If it's concentration, you only get one unless you build something super fancy.
Yeah, I'll do Armor of Agathis at level 6.
Yeah, let me know.
Whoa.
Let me know what the spells people are going to cast now on themselves are. So we have Salaha with
Okay.
Armor of Agathis.
That's
At
a
level
lot.
6,
Yeah.
Mine is Armor of Ada at level 5.
He gets hit once and he auto deals 30 cold.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, Armor Agathis is a beast. It's a good spell.
The emissary lumbers up to Cassida and takes a massive claw and dips it into the waters running underneath and holds it in front of her.
Mhm.
Not good or bad. Family. And I tip it as the water runs out. And balance. Understand.
Cassida looks at you. I was told there are things I could never understand. I am going to do as you have asked. But I will ask a favor in return. Make up your mind if I am given to understand this world or not. Cassida continues on.
I'm going to cast Crown of Stars on myself.
Right, this will feel right. This will feel right.
Can I do
Just
Armor of
see her
Agathis
head
and
in
Mage
my
Armor?
little square
Yes,
that I
you
have.
can. So Mage Armor,
Oh.
Armor of Agathis, Crown of... Who's casting out Crown of Stars?
Me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Crown of
Crown
Stars
of
is
Stars,
fun.
and then I'm going to use, and then I'm going to cast Mislead again.
I will Death Ward myself,
Cool.
Long Strider myself, and then Warding Bond the Emissary.
Every time I hear Death Word now, it's just a permanent Roger moment in my brain.
In our homebrew game that we play, we have a cleric played by one of mine and Meg's very close friends, very dear friends, who she's playing a 14-year-old emo kid. They were caught in a mudslide and they climbed a 300-foot tree. And at the top, they were like, well, shit, now we gotta get down. So they were like, oh yeah, we'll do acrobatics and athletics to get down. Meg cast Resilient Spear on herself and just popped all the way down and someone caught her. These whole things, someone can fly. And our 14-year-old emo cleric said, I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself, and then jumped out of the tree and killed himself and came back up to 1 hit point. It was I was in hysterics laughing. It to this day is the funniest thing that she has ever done as a player. Every time I hear Death Ward, I think of it.
I really want to get Maggie a t-shirt, just like a really tall tree, and it says, I'm just gonna cast Death Ward on myself.
Oh my god, Meg, we need to design that and get that for her birthday this year.
I'm down.
Because it was the setup of I knew immediately what she was gonna do when she was like, hey, Allie, quick question. If I cast Death Ward and I was like, you're gonna fucking jump out of the tree.
All of us were crying, tears streaming, hysterics.
It was the context of her being, of the character Brodger being like, yeah, guys, don't worry. I have a way to get down. Don't worry about me. And then you guys are all down there waiting for him, and he just fucking face plants at 300 feet. Oh my god, that was so funny.
You haven't decided where you're going to go
I'm
yet.
going wherever it seems logical, and I'm going wherever somebody with my skill set makes sense.
You see that Father Milo speaks up and says, perhaps I should say what I think we're all thinking. The Factorum Malleus will be rife with those willing to defend it. They're trying to activate the weapon right now. We will need every bit of force we can get. So either our little Cassida goes off by herself, but I'm going to speak for my contingent and say something that I think is quite obvious. A woman who dedicated her life to destroying not the gods, but us specifically, will not be walking off solely in the company of the so-called prime deities. Umletta says, very well, I'll go. You see, she says, me, Cassida, Trist. You see, she looks over at the knowing mistress, who nods and says, if I can be of any aid in speeding the process of this scribe work, I will lend whatever power I can to do so. You see that Cassida looks up at all of you and says, I know that this can be done. There will be forces arrayed against you within the Malleus. Demons bound by the Nox engine, dragons, and now this solar, along with the archmages of Aeor.
All right, just so the audience is clear, Meg did just spend the last 10 minutes making this fucking shirt, and I want it. It's so good. I saw you were on your phone. I was like, I know she's making that stupid shirt. I knew you were doing it.
You got me.
I look at the knowing mistress. Why were you hesitating to destroy this?
Destroy the mortal record of all of our... They didn't have this before, and they made it. So the idea that we can destroy it and they won't be able to make it again does not strike me as sound logic. And further, I will simply say that I just think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong to destroy knowledge. I just think it's wrong. And I don't need to explain myself to my siblings, and I think that all of us have gone back on things that we have said we would do here today. If we need to destroy it, we'll destroy it. But I don't want to make that decision if another way is possible.
Agreed.
Trist, Cassida, Arcadia, Umletta, and one other.
And my little invisible baby.
And my little invisible baby.
Actually, my visible baby.
Yeah.
Is going with you.
And
as well as Dearest.
And the duplicate of Emira, the matron of ravens, accompanies Aiden, the emissary, Salaha, Asha, Tishar, Zaharsht, and Father Milo.
My duplicate going with them, the actual one going with going to the Factorum.
Oh, your actual self is going
My invisible self is going with Salaha and the rest of the group.
And your duplicate is going to with following Trist. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
With Dearest.
Yeah.
We have no idea, I assume. All right.
I mean, unless you can see invisibility.
I do have blind sight.
Then you know.
Because this chamber spans more than 15 stories of the Genesis Ward. And as you arrive at this back entrance, you can see up above you, you're hidden in shadow, a catwalk opening to the bright lights of this massive spherical multi-story chamber. Inside you hear the whirring of impossible mechanical arcane engines, and you hear a voice calling out saying, "It must be done now. A moment longer, we do not have the time." You hear another voice saying, "It has never been tried before or tested before." And you hear another voice say, "We haven't had any spare gods to test it on." And you see that as these voices move, you see soldiers up above guarding this
quickly
catwalk.
ascend. We need to test something
into the
real
shadows
quick.
ahead of them. And you see that there is a flash of something down the catwalk. And they go, "Hey!" and begin to rush down away from you down the catwalk.
They don't know I'm a god yet.
They don't.
I could technically infiltrate.
You walk out and see an enormous gateway, and you walk into the Factorum Malleus. Wait right here.
Oh, man.
It's map time, baby.
Damn, boy.
Bring me the map.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, prime deities, welcome to the God Hammer.
Yes.
And that's where we're going to take our break.
Yes, the Factorum Malleus is also called the Malleus Hammer,
That's where we're going to take our
or the
break.
Hammer of the
See you after
Gods.
the break, gang.
Yes.
The Factorum Malleus.
Ooh, buddy.
That which was created.
Look at
to
him.
hammer the
I love
gods
that they spin
themselves, the
counter.
creator
Yeah.
hammer. You now behold
I just love
a
this camera work of like the maps.
chamber.
I know. I love the
which is
B-roll shots. It's
probably
great.
Yeah.
Miniature scale, my arm span wide, spherical, encompassing this, which emerges standing from the center on a central massive
God, I wonder how
column
long it
of
took to make
stone
this
and
map.
steel. You see a massive solar, a celestial, a castrial, speaking to a group of 3 sort of mages here that you kind of don't recognize. Some of them don't even look like mages necessarily. And to Adamar, who is the leader of the Cogents, and then Selena, another Archmage, your creator. These are the other 2 Archmagi that Cassida had instructed you or told you about. 2 irrevocable automata are also here.
God, look at the size
Oh.
of them.
Just a big boys.
Destroyed by their own hubris.
They can't get us if we're close to it.
We watch these massive automata. You also, do you have anything that's allowing you to perceive illusions right now or no? Perhaps not.
No, I don't think so.
In that case, that's all you see.
I will call for Selena.
Speaking up here, you see this hushed conversation happening atop the massive construction here. You also feel deep in your automaton body the feeling that a normal human would feel if in the middle of their day they turned a corner and felt a gun pressed against their head. A feeling of sudden, cold, factual lethality as you walk into this place and understand that you are standing in a machine that can erase you from reality. Good, you have come. Where have you been? What have you seen? The city is in chaos.
Pure chaos. Complete disarray. Where would you need me?
She looks at you and says, well, more than anywhere, we need you here. We are trying to collect as many Archmagi as we can. The weapon must be used immediately. As she speaks to you, the solar turns to regard you.
The Solars can tell lies, I think.
In your heart of hearts, you are immortal Aeor and bear no truer self. Is this fact?
This is true.
I myself am not a liar. And unfortunately, Solars have an ability called Divine Awareness. It's one of the wildest abilities that a monster has in D&D because it just says the Solar knows if it hears a lie.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to need everybody here to roll
initiative.
So
Here we go.
Oh, well, that
went
plan was fucking right. Okay, great.
Dude,
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
I got if they wrote the ability down, and if the Solar knows that it can always hear a lie, it's got to ask. Okay. Let me see here. Hold on one moment.
I'm gonna send
I
this.
don't.
I'm gonna send this naughty boy to his room when I get here.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yeah. You beat me to it by like 1 second.
We're gonna go around. Asha, what is your initiative?
15.
15. Amira, what is your initiative?
Oh,
you.
16.
16. Silaha, what is your initiative?
13.
13. Aiden, what's your initiative?
10.
10. Tris, what is your initiative?
12.
And Emissary, what's your initiative?
27.
Oh, holy shit! That's
All right,
very,
all right.
very, very
Turns
good.
out when you get advantage and plus 10, it's a good
Pretty
time.
good.
Yeah.
For our audience, this combat is going to play for a bit, and Meg and I are going to stop when we get around 2 hours into this. So just so you know, we're going to start this combat, but we are certainly not going to be finishing it in this part of this video. Check out part 2.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to dash to the end of the platform.
Great. And you have 40 feet of movement. So you get almost all the way there. And here is the emissary.
Oh, so sick.
So with a you use your movement and then you use your dash. You close in side by side with Salaha. Is there anything else that you're doing? Do you have a bonus action?
Well, because I have Charger, I have a bonus action, but it's only for attacking or shoving.
Does it have to be melee, or can you throw your thing?
I mean, I can throw it. Yeah, I could throw it. Yeah, I'm going to extend my Scales of Justice and hurl it at the nearest ward.
Hell yeah.
So that's a 31.
31 is absolutely going to hit.
Jesus.
These lower wards.
We haven't seen the emissary fight yet,
actually,
have
you know
we?
what? I'm going to be a little bit mean because you're on a static.
No, because he
platform,
wasn't
you're
involved in
attacking
the
everything, so I'm gonna
bar
ask you to make
brawl,
an attack
so
with disadvantage.
I'm going to use my restore balance and make it a normal.
Sick.
Not going to happen.
So you roll up. You roll up the emissary as already popping up, and Salaha, you look and you're like, the balance, and move things back. So that's a straight roll. You hit on a 31.
So I rolled 18 damage on the throw. I have Demolishing Might.
What does Demolishing Might do?
Is sick.
Your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d8 damage to constructs and deal double damage to objects and structures.
Ooh, great.
I wasn't prepared for this.
This is happening a little too fast.
Oh, this was the scene I was looking for earlier.
Incredible. Okay, Nashir, you deal 18, so that's double damage.
36.
This fucking sucks. We're going to stay true. Emissary, you rush forward. This is it, the object of divine retribution. What do you say as you charge forward?
I don't think I say anything. It's a war cry.
If you do me a favor, Nashir, go ahead and read this to the table as you shatter the first of the lower wards in a single strike of your axe.
35? All right. Divine Prowess. After rolling a skill check, double the result. After calculating all bonuses, double all passive skills.
Wait. What? Say that again?
After rolling a skill check, double the result.
Shit.
After calculating
destroying
all
when you gain these
bonuses,
abilities.
double all passive skills.
Protect the emissary.
Whoa.
If you roll a 25 stealth check, it's 50.
You're just gone.
If you have a 20 passive perception, it is now 40.
That's absolutely insane.
That is the first arcane ward. There are 7 of them.
You sing the songs of creation. You know the crafting, not of machines, but of souls and realities, as your divine prowess returns to you, and all of you begin to thrum and glow as your mortal bodies realize they are perhaps moments away from not being able to contain you. I'm going to need Silaha and the emissary to make dexterity saving throws.
Which is going to be double, right? So, was it safe?
No.
Okay.
No.
It won't be double.
That's just skills.
All right, cool. Dex save.
You can, if you would like, use this moment to add your 1d4 from Emboldening Bond, because you two are next to each other. You can use it once a turn.
Oh, hell yeah,
cool.
I would do
Once a
that.
turn.
I mean,
And this is not a spell, so this is just going to be active on us.
Oh, and I could do it once a turn. Okay.
Every turn.
I'm gonna save it just in case. So because I got quite a high roll, 22 to my side.
22.
And just tell me if you've used it, and I'll keep track of it and stuff, and remind people.
Sure.
Of what buffs I hand out.
Amazing.
I think Nick
my
handwrites
victory
everything out, so he has
check
like a
was,
little
only
notebook next to
15.
him.
And did you use your
I
emboldening
did.
bond?
I like
Oof.
Nick a lot.
I also very much like Nick. I like this entire crew. Nashir is great. Abu is great. Nick is amazing.
Their group chemistry is really good too. It just works.
Yes.
You got 22, and what did the emissary get?
15.
Each of you take 14 points of fire damage and 14 points of radiant damage, failing these saves as a castrial.
Is this a spell?
No, it is not a spell.
Okay. You take half damage, and I will take the rest.
This bond that Nick put on the emissary is fucking crazy.
That is going to be their turn. This one broken. You see this irrevocable turn and squat over the ward here.
Oh.
Just like hunkers down, and as he passes, he's going to take a swipe in the movement with you. Okay, I am going to need wisdom saving throws from Silaha and the emissary.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's us to you.
Oh, no,
I don't know what you mean.
Man. I got 6.
Oh.
You're not the one that's been rolling wisdom saves recently.
You got a 6 and a 19. Each of you takes 45 radiant damage.
45?
As this irrevocable comes past and goes like, enemies of Aeor. And a blast of light deals 45 radiant damage to each of you.
So you take 23, and I take 23.
On that wisdom saving throw, you each are stunned.
Oh no.
Stunned is bad.
So it was 45 plus 28 was the other.
Yeah.
That's 72, 73 damage or something like that.
That's crazy.
Ow.
Cool, copy that. Yes, so 45 radiant, you are stunned. To read the stunned condition again to both of you, which is stunned is quite bad.
Quite bad.
No
So
turn.
you are both boom,
Zero
hit by
movement.
the might of Aeor. This one over here charges, ducks underneath the spinning platform above it, and goes to squat on top of this other ward over here.
I like to imagine as he ran under, he went like,
Excuse me.
Wide stance.
100%. Surging forward from invisibility, directly behind you, a Glabrezu.
What the fuck is that?
That's what got you before. The Everlight and a Glabrezu. Okay. You were both stunned. It's going to make its attacks with advantage, therefore.
Can I do restore balance?
Huh?
Can I do restore balance or? No, I've already done my reaction.
I think you've already done your reaction.
What did
yeah.
it say that what it was?
So it's going to make its attacks.
A
Your armor
Glabrezu?
class, Silaha.
know how
Oh,
to spell
give me
that.
2 concentration saving
Neither do
throws
I.
for protection from evil and good.
I just did them.
Oh, you did.
them,
Oh,
yeah. 16 and 19.
so you made you still are holding onto the spell. Okay, so we'll be rolling flat, not advantage or disadvantage against you.
I was trying to find a
So
picture
it's going
of
to
it.
go. That is a miss on the first attack.
How?
That is a hit on the second attack. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage from a fist. Boom. That thuds into you. It's also going to make attacks against the emissary. This one's it will make with advantage. Oh my God. With advantage, it misses its first attack against the emissary. You are stunned.
Oh my God.
Its massive claw tries to come down, and it doesn't make it happen in that time. It's going to make another attack with advantage with its fist. That one's going to hit 7 points of damage to the emissary bludgeoning.
4 and 4.
Yes.
Aiden is just back here like, ow, taking 41
okay,
points
kid?
of damage. I'm not even in the battle yet.
If he's taken 41, that means the emissary would have taken 82. So thank God for Aiden.
Yeah, no kidding.
Emissary, The Nalfeshni descends. These are the bound demons. You can see the bindings and collars on them from the Archmagi above. The Nalfeshni reaches forward, bites into you for 32 points of damage.
16.
Aiden is doing a lot of work out here. You guys watch a 15-year-old out behind the catwalk preparing to charge in. This 15-year-old boy just begins to have cuts, like stigmata style, just open all over his body.
Ooh.
As the emissary is attacked by demons. Running, he turns and says, "Protect the walls with your life!" Leaps and transforms in midair.
What?
No.
Hell yeah.
No.
What?
Listen, these.
That's a dragon.
You guys are the gods.
Fucking knew it.
So it's
The
demons, it's
dragon?
angels, it's dragons, it's all
Yep.
of it. It's all coming. Everybody pissed, everybody mad.
Are you telling me this dungeon has a dragon in it?
Unbelievable.
Okay. That is where I figured we would stop here for the night. It's bad. Shit's bad right now. You're telling me this dungeon has a dragon in it? I thought that was the perfect button to end this episode.
Nick is so funny.
I have a little bit of a crush on Nick Marini. Nick Marini, if you're watching this, I love you. And also come back to CR, please.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a big fight. This is
Yeah.
a long fight. I really wish we could sit and watch it in one go, but we are going to be fucking exhausted at the end of it.
Very
So,
much so.
before shit really hits the fan, let us pause here for the night. We will return to this for us tomorrow, for you guys in a handful of days with our part 2 of this episode. Or it could just
I'm going to-
restart
will you
while I was
automatically fail
talking. Thank you. Why did it do that?
I feel like it always does that.
I don't know why. I'm not even on that tab anymore. But yeah, I think Meg and I will pause here for the night. I have marked down our timestamp of where we're going to be beginning. If you guys would like to see the chaos of this fight, you guys can check us out in our next video. But Meg and I did promise that we had an announcement at the end of this video
We did.
about the next project that we are doing.
So, if you like corrupt superheroes, you will be very interested in what we're going to be watching. Because we're going to be watching season 5 of The Boys.
Okay, for preface, Meg had no idea what that show was. I have been watching The Boys since it premiered like 6 or 7 years ago. One of my all-time favorite shows. Of course, I'm all caught up. And I said to Meg, I was like, oh, well, like The Boys. And she's like, I have no idea what that is. I think you had heard of it, but I don't think you knew anything about it.
I've heard of it. My ex and his family used to watch it together. And I was like, oh, okay. But I never knew what it was about because there was one time I saw something. I was like, wait, why are there superheroes? And Allie's like, it's about superheroes.
That is the exact story I was getting ready to tell. Is like I was showing it to her. I was like, oh, it's on Amazon Prime. It's like one of Prime's big shows. And I was like, oh, because I think what we were talking about is we were trying to see if we could predict when Vox was going to come out. And I was like, well, Invincible is supposed to be coming out soon with their season. So maybe they'll push it to a later time slot. But also The Boys is coming out in April. On April 8th is when The Boys premieres, and we will be debuting season 5 here on our channel. We were looking at it, and I was telling you, like, oh, like, it's on Amazon Prime, so, like, obviously we both can watch it, because we watch Vox and Mighty Nine through there, and you were like, why does it have superheroes? And I was like, it's a show about superheroes, and you were like, oh, I have no idea, and I was like, keep it that way, because The Boys is best watched when you know absolutely fuck all about it.
It's so good.
The Boys is literally one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's really good.
I adore that show.
It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it.
How far into it are you? Are you past season 1 yet?
I am just finishing up season 1. So
Excellent.
Yes. So 1 season down, 3 to go.
I'll tell you this, in my opinion, it just gets better.
Yeah,
Every season is better than the last, and the first season is great.
My thing is I'm a binge watcher, so I set up around time to do it, and so that show is so easy to just binge, which is great.
I'll never forget. So mind you, I watched that show with my family, like with my mother and father. We were watching that show, and I can't even tell Meg about some of the things I've seen on that show because she hasn't gotten to them yet. I'm terrified and also incredibly excited to see where they go with season 5. with you, because oh boy. Oh boy, where we're at the end of season 4 is so bad. I remember Meg texted me after she watched. She was like, I knew that guy was bad, and it was Homelander. I was like, yeah, he's bad.
Literally, when in the very beginning they were like, Homelander doesn't even curse, and I was like, he's a bad guy. Homelander's the bad guy. I like immediately clocked it.
There's being a bad guy, and then there's Homelander.
Yeah.
He is. I'm gonna say this so genuinely. I think he is the worst villain on TV. He is so scary. And I say this with all the respect in the world. Anthony Starr, the actor, I think it's actually Antony, excuse me, not Anthony. I think there's no H in his name. Anthony Starr, the actor who plays him, is one of the only actors in the world that I don't want to meet because I think that I would be too intimidated by him because of the shit I've seen him do in The Boys. Like, I am afraid of the actor because of the shit that he does in that show. And you're laughing now. Talk to me again when you get through season 4 and we'll talk.
Aye, Captain.
Anyway, guys, we're watching The Boys. I'm so fucking excited. It's gonna be so good. If you guys want to see the versions that aren't blurred out and contain more graphic stuff, obviously check them out on Patreon. Of course, we're gonna have the unediteds up there, and we'll have less blurring and blocking to do. Do you have any favorites?
I mean, of course, I like Starlight.
Well, yes.
Oh, what's her name? Queen.
Queen Maeve.
Queen Maeve. I'm iffy on, but she's starting to kind of come a little like I think Starlight's starting to get through to her a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to kind of like understand Queen Maeve a bit more. And I like how much sympathy, like she wants to help, but Homelander's so corrupt. So that kind of drags her with him. So that's the whole thing with that. But I have sympathy for her.
I love Huey and Butcher.
Yeah.
Huey and Billy.
Great.
Butcher is like one of my favorite TV characters of all time.
Butcher's funny. He's an ass, but he's funny.
Such a shit.
Yeah.
Also, I just love Carl Urban. I'm just a big fan of Carl Urban. And he's so sexy and evil. I love him. I love that he's just a douche. Anyway, Meg and I will wrap up here for this episode of EXU Downfall. Check us out very soon. For you guys, actually around the time that this is coming out, we should be gearing up for season 5 of The Boys. Check us out for The Boys very soon if you'd like to join us. We're very excited to get into that show. I love it. We will end here for the night. We will be back with EXU Downfall 103 Part 2 in a handful of days for you guys, and then we will conclude the series with Part 3. So we will be back. Don't worry, fear not. We're going to see how freaky this fight can get. But without any further ado, we will see you guys in the next one. Bye!